blood. You know, so this happened during the apex of the classic debut album, Criminal Minded, with Scott LaRock and KRS-One was posing with pistols, rifles, and no smiles. Sterling Death fueled KRS-One to stop the violence movement, which was widely publicized with the By All Means Necessary album and the star-studded Self-Destruction single, okay? Rest in peace, Scott LaRock. He will be missed dearly, okay? Words can't even explain. It's my icon, man. You know what I'm saying? So he's always been that person. Like, I used to always love BDP, so he's always been that person, man, for real. So, but with furthermore on our list for today, all right. As we all listen to other podcasts, as you're listening to one right now, the Jaylarock Show, we have big heads, big lions, big beasts, big monsters stepping in the game and stepping out the game at the same time. DJ Khaled is to host a new Amazon Music podcast, the first one with the Spring Hill Company, okay? So Amazon Music announced today the launch of a podcast in the US and the UK and Germany and Japan across tiers of service to no additional cost. Oh, motherfucker, I'm so happy for you, bro. I'm only can get 5-7% in Philippines and the rest is I'm stuck here. But for the first time, customers will be able to stream top podcasts they already know and love, and as well as new original shows produced exclusively from Amazon Music. Hopefully they can extend their love and give the Jaylarock Show a deal. But this includes the first one, so a new audio experience hosted by one of the most prolific hit makers of the 21st century, and that's DJ Khaled, all right? Developed by Amazon Music and the Spring Hill Company, okay? So by NBA superstar LeBron James and his longtime business partner Maverick Carter. And the first one, DJ Khaled will interview all-time favorite artists about his hits that made them iconic and eventually legendary. You know, and here on the Jaylarock Show, we're trying to get all the people here in New England, you know, that's legendary, and get them pushed out there and let them know that in New England we're great and we're strong and we're a united community, because, you know, we're all collective without a doubt. So congratulations to all the artists and DJs and producers that's in New England. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Because just gotta support each other, yo. That's the main thing, alright? That's the main thing of all things. Now, Chris Rock, right, on Jimmy Fallon's blackface impression, he doesn't, now this is Jimmy, he's saying he doesn't have a racist bone in his body, okay? Yeah, please, come on. This is supposed to be Jimmy, y'all. Don't do that, come on. Yeah, this is Jimmy, come on. But Chris Rock has been keeping somewhat of a low profile these days. The comedian legend is currently on the promo run for season 4 of FX series Fargo. All right. In recent reviews, though, with the New York Times and the Hollywood Reporter, Rock talked about the new season of Fargo and weighed on Jimmy Fallon's recent controversy over his blackface impression of him. Okay. It's very tasteless. I don't know if you guys seen it. Very tasteless. No, it's not even funny. But hey, man, he said he's friends with Jimmy Jim. He's a great guy. Rock told the NYT and shit that he didn't mean anything, you know. But he's saying a lot of people want to say attention doesn't matter, intentions doesn't matter, but it does. And I don't think Jimmy Fallon intended to hurt me, but he didn't, and he didn't. That's what Chris is saying. But when talking to the Hollywood Reporter, Rock labeled that the sketch as bad comedy, and that he doesn't have any hard feelings towards Fallon. He added that Fallon doesn't have a racist bone in his body, and that Fallon called him and apologized for the sketch and shit. So back in late May, you know what I'm saying, in early 2000, Fallon did a sketch when he was blackface impersonating Chris Rock, and it resurfaced, and Fallon opened his June 1st show by issuing an apology. So, you know, shout out to Jimmy Fallon, because he's a good dude. He's a fucking great dude, alright? So we ain't even gonna go there with him. But right now, if that was Justin Bieber or somebody, that'd be a different fucking story. But it ain't, okay? But continue to support Jimmy Fallon. He was just trying to show Chris Rock how funny he was. Going on though. Today in history, hip hop history, Tupac. This September marks the month where Tupac was shot on a Las Vegas Strip 24 years ago. And on this month, 1996, Tupac Shakur, who just had left the Mike Tyson fight versus Bruce Seldon fight at the MGM Grand Las Vegas, was gunned down in Suge Knight's BMW while at a stoplight at East Flamingo Road, okay, in Covey Lane. He was shot 4 times with 2 of the 40 caliber shots landed in his chest. Shakur would succumb to his injuries 6 days later. He was only 25 years old. What were the events that inspired the days before he died? You know, caused his early demise, and why he was the mystery, why was just the mystery of his death never solved. There are so many questions that remain 24 years later, okay? And Chris Carroll, if I believe that's his name, a retired cop out of Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, told Vegas 7 magazine in an interview in 2014 that we may never know, okay? So the only real evidence police have are the witnesses accounted for the outlaw members and Idi Amin, so who claim to have seen all 4 men in a vehicle, and Yagi Gaddafi, who was involved in a scuffle with the officers 2 days following the shooting after they pulled over the driver he was with, and he protested. So officers said not to locate, or officers did not try to locate Gaddafi, who was later gunned down in the PJs in Ivory, New Jersey, 2 months after the shooting, because when Pac got killed on the East Coast and the West Coast, shit was just bad, alright? But Compton investigators had assembled mugshots of several gang members, which included Orlando Anderson, the Crip, that Tupac attacked in the grand lobby of the casinos hours before the shooting. So Anderson is a suspect said to have fired the fatal shots that killed Pac, alright? Now, Las Vegas police later discounted Anderson as a suspect and interviewed him only once. He was later killed in an unrelated gang shooting, alright? Now, Las Vegas Homicide Sergeant Kevin Manning said detectives called his lawyers to set up a meeting with a witness so that the pictures could be revealed, but according to Manning, calls were not returned. So Idi Amin and Frank Alexander, Pac bodyguard, told the Los Angeles Times in early 1997 that they had never been asked by the Las Vegas police to few photos, you know what I mean, of possible suspects in the case, despite having seen the shooter and the faces of the men in the car from where shots were fired at Park and such night. Okay, Alexander reported seeing faces of the suspect that shot Park, but he was found dead with a bullet wound to his head in his home. All right, in Marietta, California, April 28, 2013. It's being reported that it was a suicide, and there haven't been any further updates about Big Frank's death and who killed him. To this day, Las Vegas police dispute the witness accounts of what they reported to the officers that night of the shooting. So, rest in peace to Tupac. Never will you be forgotten. Let's give a round of applause for Tupac. Thank you. So on to our next joint. And again, if you're tuned in, please like and share this. Jaylarock show on Breaker, live show on Breaker, and we're still on Anchor, and we're also on Apple i, Spotify, and other joints. So if you miss us, you can catch us on YouTube as well. Okay. Now, to our next joint, dirty sex stories and sex confessions. Okay. So some of us is fascinated endlessly. You know, there's no two ways about it. So whether if it's a tale of honeymoon sex or sex with a stranger or pool sex, we're into it. So the dirtier it get, the better. You know, dirty sex can mean different things to different people. All right. So whether that's rough sex, role play, or just sex involved in shitloads of bodily fluid. All right. So here's 11 of the filthiest stories and confessions. All right. And I hope you guys like this one. Number one is titled "Turn Me On So Much." Okay. Second session of the night with my FWB a few years ago. We were doing it in the shower, and he pushed me onto my knees to suck his dick. It's amazing. Midway, and then I was sitting on my butt in the tub with my legs spread. He was still standing, and then stuck his foot between my legs, penetrating my pussy with his big toe. Yes, big toe. So while looking down on me, it was only for a couple of minutes or so, but turned me on so much I was basically screaming for him to fuck me. I still think about it since that day happened. It's nasty. So nasty. Moving on to number two. She deep throats my fingers. I don't know where they find these people at. I really don't know. Okay. My ex and I weren't planning on having sex. They weren't planning. I don't know why, but she shoved 3 of my fingers into her mouth and deep throated them. After a few minutes of that, she used my now dripping hands to lube her thighs. I slid at her from behind and fucked her senseless. Fucked her senseless. She couldn't think after. Her mind was gone. She was in an unsensible state after. Alright, moving on to 3. Squirting was involved. Wow, Number 3 is basically simple. Squirted in my mouth as we was 69. I swallowed it.